with Rick Kamel from www.prbytheminute.com. He's Grand Rapids based right here in Michigan. We've got 5.5 minutes for more questions from our expert panel. That includes Craig Godfrey, Scott Farragon, Bob Hedlund, and Cheryl Freeborough. Who's next?
I had a question about, we've got the challenge of the new company now, having a new product that nobody really knows was even sold in Lansing. But we've always based everything on value, of the value of the product, and we've never had to haggle or do those kind of things. Now we have a new customer, and it's almost turning away from value into price. And how do you combine the two for people to understand that value is more important than price in a lot of cases, as long as the price is not a range, of course. And how do I get that message across to the new customer that we're getting in our showrooms?
Well, one of the things that you could do is you could do a survey with your customers, a quick 3-question or 4-question survey, asking those very questions about value and price, and then releasing that survey to the media. The media likes surveys.
Okay.
And so one time one of my clients was the Indoor Advertising Association, and they had indoor restroom advertising, and there's a giggle factor with that. So we did a survey and asked how many women use men's restrooms. Well, that got national play because it was an interesting topic. Was it a scientific survey? No, but you put in the little bottom, non-scientific survey conducted by In the Ballpark Research. So.
And then you need to get somebody in the media to be able to put that in the paper for you.
Yes, and it's a building process. Once you start to get in the media, the media believes other media. So once you're in the media and as a category expert, then other media may start to call you.
Can you be in the media too much? Because it seems like I get bombarded with. I do get bombarded with it sometimes.
Can you be in the media too much?
Nice problem to have.
I know, but I want to say the right things too.
Sure.
You know.
I use people ask, can you be in the media too much? And I say, can you ever stop telling your spouse that her butt is real small and she looks great? No.
Okay.
Did he say what I think he
did I
said?
say? Gluteus maximus.
And I don't think what's important, but what's going to be the most value to the listener or the reader.
There you go. Now you're talking. The value to the audience that you're targeting.
That's what you want to do.
Yes, and you go through the media to do it, but you have to make sure there's value.
Right.
Rick, Craig Godfrey, I just wanted to make sure, before the break we were talking about bad events or situations making the news versus good, and you were, I think, in the process of defining that.
The 3 basic food groups of the news media are drama, conflict, and fear, and that comes from my 20 years in the news business, as well as the PR business. They gravitate towards that. If you have a pet at home and you shake the treat jar, what happens? The pet comes running, right? Well, the same kind of thing with the media. If there's drama, conflict, and fear, it's in their DNA. They're going to take a look at the story, and if your story has more drama, conflict, or fear than the other story, then that's going to draw the media attention.
If it bleeds, it leads.
So how does somebody like Scott Farragon, who's got Cartridge World, have drama, fear, or what did you say,
conflict?
How does he?
Would we just need to talk about, I don't know, core services that we offer, or
no, not what you offer. That's a value that you bring. What I would say is I would look at your cartridge sales and tie it into all of the freelancers now who have been laid off and starting freelance businesses. In other words, I know myself, after I sold my agency, I'm a freelancer. Well, I go to Cartridge World, I buy your product, but I go through a lot of ink when that I have to buy. Well, now there's 7 million freelancers in this country, where 4 years ago there was 5 million. So I would pull that data from census and relate it to cartridge sales and show it, and now all of a sudden the story's about cartridge sales and home printers, and you just happen to be the expert talking about that category.
Very good. Okay.
How about plumbing for Bob Hedlund?
Well, plumbing, I don't know if there's a cyclical thing with plumbing or not, but I would do this. Is the gallon toilet, remember the toilets when they resized them and stuff?
Yep.
I would do an entire environmental piece with you. In other words, what's new on the environment when it comes to plumbing? What are some of the new innovations in toilets? What are the new innovations in shower heads?
We're finally evolving very quickly on all of that.
Absolutely. So I would sit there and lead the pack on that and put out, here's 4 new products and things that you need to be aware of when you're examining the products, and run a cost analysis in your news release.
Okay.
Now, here's a really tough one. What about a CPA business?
Well, I used to have Coopers and Lybrand as a client.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and I have a CPA now. He's a private person. Matter of fact, he makes parole next week. So, but I would look at anything around tax season, the 10 tips to electronic filing,
Sure.
the 5 tips on what's new. I would look at all your tax implications around who's running for governor. From our perspective, from an analysis point of view as an expert, here's the 3 people I think who are running for governor that will do the best for Michigan taxes.
Okay, all right, very good. Thank you.
And you talk about press releases. In the old days, you put them in the mail, dropped them off, faxed them. How are we getting the message to the media? And I've only got about 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's all digital today, almost. So it's a digital environment in transmitting information and receiving information. So I now email. I still attach an electronic news release to it, but I email almost everything.
And you put the message in the body of the email so they don't have to download it, right?
Yes, I do, but I tickle them at the open. And then, so I run something very provocative in the headline.
Very good. Provocative is the name of the game. PRbytheminute.com is where we can find you, Rick Kamel.
Yep.
Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate
Tell
that.
me what's saying.
I bet you I know because we're about to wrap. Bob Hedlund, Cheryl Freeborough, Scott Farragon, and Craig Godfrey. You know who's on the line? She wants to wrap up the show. What do you think?
Oh,
Suzanne Cullen.
And to conclude the show, Suzanne Heward, who founded this networking group called the Mid-Michigan Business Wrap.
That's a wrap.
There she goes,
Good job,
all
guys.
the way from Chicago, where her son is in a baseball tournament right now. My name is Michael Patrick Shields. Let's talk tomorrow.